Hey there, everybody, it's Captain Mikey, and welcome back to part 2 of 1912 Titanic Mystery. For those of you who don't know, this game came out in 2009. It's just one of those hidden objects point and click games. It's fairly old. I used to play it when I was a lot younger. I had some fun doing it. But anyway, guys, before we get into it, make sure you guys leave a like and a comment. I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get into it. Yes, I want to resume the game. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead out to the poop deck. Cole Nesmith. Nesmith? I think that's how you say it. It's good to see you out and about. I like to take in the good salt air out here. It helps to clear my head before I play. Play what? Did I tell you that my great-great-uncle was a musician aboard Titanic? Unfortunately, he and his bandmates all went down with the ship. It is said that they played to the very end and that their soothing music helped prevent mass panic. I certainly hope I won't be called upon to do anything like that during this voyage. So are you saying that your great-great-uncle was like Wallace Hartley or something like that, or one of the other band members? I forget their names. Alright, so I need to find 10 animals. Oh, that's easy. And say specifically which animals, just animals. Oh, I found it. Alright, so as per usual, I shall be back. Okay, got the last one. Alright, so now I gotta find what the pieces of whatever that is, which are right here. Move the markers to the indicated target areas by clicking on the arrows. You can only move in the directions of the highlighted arrows. Alright. You have solved the puzzle. Okay, page 6. At the Titanic's monstrous wake, Ireland was no longer visible, and it truly made me realize that I have seen the last of her shores. Okay. So now we're going to head to the third class general room. Elsie Young. I'm going to be honest, she's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Contrary to the popular belief, most people did not go down with the ship. Oh, I think we all know that. When she sank instead, most died of hypothermia in the water. Again, we all know that. While wearing their life jackets and floated away, the temperature of the water when Titanic sank was actually 31 degrees. That's actually false. The temperature of the water was 28 degrees Fahrenheit, not 31. Because the freezing point of salt water is lower than that of fresh. Yeah. Again, it was 28 degrees and not 31. The game could have at least got that right. It's a pretty simple fact. Alright, what do we need to find? Fruits. Alright. Alright, once again, I'll be back. Okay, so now we need to find some pieces of whatever this is. Place your blue tokens on the board to capture the red tokens between in horizontal, vertical, or diagonal lines. Tokens can only be placed on highlighted squares. The winner is the player with the most tokens on the board when all the fields are covered. Yeah, solve the puzzle. Okay, we were about to return to the general room to play some cards when I heard a voice from above calling Ellie. I turned my attention to the docking bridge and received a shock. Edward Ashton Jones, the man I thought I would never see again, was waving to me. He quickly made his way down the staircase and, to my great astonishment, threw his arms about me. I was quite embarrassed, especially as he then proceeded to introduce his companion and fiancée, Cassandra Stone. We chatted casually for a few minutes. I explained that William and I are on our way to New York, while Edward allowed that he and his American fiancée are to be married soon in Boston. Okay. Alright, so now here we go. We're at third class cabin. Rachel Smith. In contrast to the extreme price of the first class ticket, a ticket for a berth in third class only costs $150. Not sure if that's true. I remember reading that it could be true, but I remember that it cost as low as $50 back then, and $50 at that point in time was even quite a lot of money in 1912. So I'm not sure about the 150. Maybe if you guys know, let me know in the comments. Although that was still a lot of money back in 1912, my great-great-grandmother was aboard this ship. She spent her life savings to sail from Europe to seek her fortunes in America. Seems like all these people have a relation to someone who was aboard the original Titanic. Alright. Find some toys. There we go. Alright, and as quickly as that came, I'll skip this and see you guys soon. Alright. Since I kind of already found most of it, so yeah. Alright. Rearrange 3 matchsticks so that the fish is facing the opposite direction. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this one. Okay, I must confess that I was quite ill prepared for such a meeting. It has brought up a host of feelings I thought I had buried years ago. I must try to put Edward out of my mind. He does not know and has quite obviously moved on with his life. Cassandra seemed most at ease with the splendor of this majestic ship. She, of course, offers all of the class and breeding that I never could. But as I wished them well and took William's hand to return below decks, I saw something in her eyes that betrayed her pleasant demeanor. When she looked at my son, did she suspect? I must endeavor to keep a low profile for the rest of our voyage. Ooh. This note was on the floor of the general room. It has your name on it, so here you go. Probably should try to be more careful enough, huh? What, do these people, like, not wonder as to why all of a sudden all these notes are addressed to me? So, you see, our story goes back 100 years and involves some passengers aboard the original Titanic. Well, I can't say more just yet. You will come to realize that things are not always what they first appear to be. Meanwhile, I bet you're dying to know just who I am. Well, perhaps I am the good Captain Miller. A captain certainly would have access to anywhere on the ship, including a hiding place for explosives, don't you think? While you ponder my identity, I suggest you continue your search for diary entries. Alright, okay, so next we're going to the library. I take it this is the second class library, I think. Good afternoon. I see you are enjoying the ship's reading selections. Is that a diary you're holding? I've always wished I could find the discipline to chronicle my thoughts, but I'm afraid my medical duties keep me too distracted. Journaling seems almost a lost art these days. Alright, I suppose keeping a journal would have been more a thing of my great-grandfather's time. Did I mention that he sailed aboard Titanic as a crewman? He barely made it off the ship with the clothes on his back, let alone any kind of writing. Like I said, it seems like everybody has an ancestor who was on the original Titanic here. Alright, so we gotta find masks. Alright, I'll be back once again. Alright. Okay. What's this puzzle? Match all the hidden pairs. You may only flip over 2 tiles at a time. Okay. Oh, look. You have the angel holding the torch that's at the bottom of the grand staircase. Alright. This is certainly turning into a memorable cruise. This afternoon, after our luncheon meal in the third-class dining saloon, a steward delivered a note to me. I recognized the handwriting in the note. Immediately, it was from Edward. He asked that I meet him in the library on C deck. I settled William in for his afternoon nap under the watch of Mrs. Hutchins, my widowed roommate, and made my way up to the second-class stairs to the library. Alright, so now we're going to go to the veranda in Palm Court. Want to hear something crazy? Even though the iceberg left a gash along the Titanic's hull that was over 200 feet long, in actuality, it was 300 feet, not 200. The latest evidence shows that only a 12-foot square are... The latest evidence shows that only a 12-foot square area was all that was letting water into the ship. That's about the size of a refrigerator. Yeah, that's true. I've also heard it is the size of a normal sized door. Alright, what do we got here? Butterflies. Gotta find the butterflies. Butterflies everywhere. Alright, once again, I'll be back. Okay, found all the items. Now find all the pieces of the broken object to gain access to the mystery puzzle at this location. Alright. Now let's see. Alright. It's a chess piece. Place the queen chess pieces on the board so that they do not intersect in any manner that a queen can take another queen. Remember that a queen can move vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. Okay, well, I was never a chess player, so I'm going to wait till the time runs out. Alright. So what did I get? I nearly turned around out of fear at the library entrance, but after some minutes of mental debate, I decided to go ahead with our meeting. Edward was seated in one of the comfortable mahogany chairs when I entered. I looked for his fiancée, but saw that he was alone. Edward stood and greeted me. We made quiet small talk about how grand the ship is, and then he invited me to join him for a tea at the Palm Court. I was a bit taken aback by this. Surely he would want to spend his time with Cassandra, wouldn't he? Okay, so the Palm Court, that's first class. But if he's in second class, why would he take a third class to first class? That doesn't make any sense. It's not how things worked back then. Alright, so now we're in the third class dining room. They say that over 1,500 people died when the Titanic sank. Most of them were second and third class passengers. Tough break for them, don't you think? Oh, boy. I gotta find 10 flowers. Really? Okay, is there... There we go. Okay, once again, I shall be back. Okay. So I gotta find the rest of the missing pieces of this pot. Yeah, there we go. Use combinations of the wine glass and wine bottle to arrive at 4 cups of wine in the bottle. Use the up, down, and side arrows to fill the empty and transfer the wine from one to the other. I don't know. He assured me that she had already made plans with some women they had met at dinner the previous evening. Over tea, Edward related how he had entered the family business after university. Having spent the past few years at the London office, he would soon be managing their bureau in Boston after their nuptials. He also spoke of how he had met Cassandra at a good friend's wedding just a few months earlier. Alright. Rachel Smith, another pretty lady. I discovered this note while I was doing some research in the ship's library. Your name is on it. Are you working on a story too? Well, time to report in. Perhaps I will run into you later. Quite a social structure aboard the original Titanic, don't you think? People putting on airs and people who just wished they could. And people with secrets. Speaking of secrets, did you know that the erstwhile musician Cole Nesmith is harboring at least one of his own? He has a bit of a criminal past involving explosives work. Kind of puts him on the suspect list, wouldn't you say? Perhaps that's who I am. Of course, the bomb continues to tick, so you'd best not tarry. Okay? Well, I guess I'm going to call that an episode right here, everybody. Stay tuned for part 3. If you like this, and you haven't already watched parts 1 and 2, I suggest you go check that out. But until next time, guys, give my channel a like. Give me some feedback. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alrighty, everybody. I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.